Lubed up personal best.
The Group 1 Vicomtesse Vigier, locally trained 4-year-old Asmarani started favourite with Santorini Star and Arrow Eagle, the next most betted.
For this fascinating 9-horse race, and Santorini Star sets off in front towards the inside for Tom Marquand. Caballo De Mar, Oisin Murphy moves up on the outer, picks up second, just in front of Double Major. Huge cheer from the crowd. They're followed by Consent, who races into 4th, Arrow Eagle 5th, Rashford 6th. Then further behind, Fairy Glen in the light jacket, the green colours of Asmarani, and finally at the back of the field, Riffa, as the runners leave the home straight behind them and begin the right-handed swing. So moving away to the far side of the track, and it's Santorini Star in a bid to make all, shows by a length and a half. Caballo De Mar, obviously a very proven stayer in second, will want a pretty fresh pace. Arrow Eagle, nicely positioned in third on the inside by Christian de Muro, following these Consent a little bit wider out. Double Major, the blue and white, followed by Rashford, the yellow jacket. Then on the outer, Asmarani, following these Fairy Glen and still Riffa at the back. No more than about 8 lengths from first to last, as Santorini Star, with Consent now moving up on the near side for Luke Morris, goes into second, just in front of Caballo De Mar. Arrow Eagle on the inner, Rashford following that one. Double Major's been taken back a couple of positions. Asmarani being kept towards the outside, followed by Fairy Glen and then Riffa. So continuing down the far side and moving through the halfway point with Santorini Star still leading the way to Consent on the outer. Arrow Eagle lobbing along quite comfortably on the inside. Caballo De Mar follows. Rashford's picked up 5th just in front of Double Major. He's keeping Asmarani well towards the outside, Michael Barcelona. Fairy Glen is tucked in on the inner. Riffa yet to get out of last position as they now begin the swing downhill towards the false straight. Pace possibly just quickening up now. Santorini Star and Consent still racing first and second. Arrow Eagle still travelling very strongly in third. Caballo De Mar on the outer of that one. Then Double Major. Asmarani being prepared for a challenge round the wide outside as they move to the 800. Get ready to enter the home straight. He's beginning to niggle on Santorini Star to keep the lead. Consent follows in second. Arrow Eagle still well there on the inside. Now they turn into the straight, and now daggers are drawn. It's Santorini Star. Arrow Eagle will be looking for a run through on the inside. Consent hasn't quickened up yet. Arrow Eagle sees the gap. Caballo De Mar moves up on the outside. Asmarani's trying to get on terms down the wide outside. It's Caballo De Mar who has the lead. Now Fairy Glen is bearing down. Likewise Asmarani. Riffa coming with a screamer from the back of the field. It's Caballo De Mar bearing down his Fairy Glen. Santorini Star fights back. Riffa on the outside. Caballo De Mar, I think, has just won it from maybe Riffa or Santorini Star. Those two in a photo.
Caballo De Mar wins. There were concerns over the surface for this guy, but he prevailed in his honest way. 18-1 here, but you won't get him at that price in his next start. He's currently around $7 to $9 for the Royal Ascot Gold Cup on June the 18th. A surprisingly good show from Riffa, who's also amongst the nominations for the Royal Ascot Gold Cup. Can't comment much on the time as we did have a soft track, but judging by the bunched finish and the fact the field were always in a compact little group, it might not have been the most testing 3,100 metre race. Here's a quick look at the Royal Ascot Gold Cup odds at Bet365 Australia. Scandinavia's shortening with every day now. It appears the race will be without defending champ Trawlerman. Training team the Gosdens are quoted in an article saying he's still got targets like the Long Distance Cup later in the year. Not sounding promising for Trawlerman. And now it's Rahieb who's second fave, and I actually like those $5 odds. Further down there's Caballo De Mar at $8, then Bet365 has 7-year-old Sweet William at $11. Then you get to the ones that I think are only good for your Betfair account. That's if you want to bet on something to lose. Illinois at $17, Al Riffa 21, Lambourne, he's done nothing since his dual derby wins. Al Nier, pretty honest, $26 at 34, Lazy Griff. Lazy Griff is one of interest. He's racing on Thursday, the 28th of May. And if he goes well in the Group 3, Henry II, a race Trawlerman was supposed to contest, he'll definitely be shortened. Let's take a look at Sportsbet. Scandinavia is shorter with them, $2.45. They've also got Rahieb shorter at $4.40. Then it's Caballo De Mar, $6.50. Sweet William at $8.50. And they look confident. Trawlerman's not running. They're offering $10. They tricked me last year when there were rumours of Kyprios being scratched from last year's race. They put him out by just $1 and included the late entry Illinois in the list. Very shifty. Further down the list here is pretty similar. They're not so generous with Lazy Griff, just $23 as opposed to Bet365's $34. Finally, we look at Ladbrokes, and the men in red have Scandinavia, the shortest, $2.25. I couldn't do it. He's just not looking like the horse he was last year. Rahieb, $5. That's nice. They've got Trawlerman at $7 and Caballo De Mar at the most generous, $9. I personally fancy him as a very safe place bet. There's always the weather. Al Riffa, a bit short, $15. Further down, Al Nair at $26. They're still selling tickets for Fairy Glen, the Dubai Gold Cup winner, whilst Sportsbet don't have her as an option. Don't bet on her. Lazy Griff at the same $34 that he's quoted at by Bet365. Anyway, that's my take at this early stage. Another of my favourite races.